What's up YouTube, back in today with another video, and today we are going to be working on the Fairmont, and it sounds like we have company. So this is my sister's 1995 Ford Fairmont EF V8. This is the one that we picked up recently from Palmerston North. And in this video it's going to be getting its first round of modifications, because we cannot leave the car stock for too long. Conveniently, I've got a whole bunch of spares that I'm going to chuck towards this car, donating it if you will. So yeah, I'm going to hook her up with some spare parts for this thing that basically taking up space in my garage. So first of all, let's go check out what we're putting in here. And we're going to be fitting up this bad boy right here. Don't worry about the rain on that, it just rained about 5 seconds ago. So this is a genuine Momo out of an AU XR8 or XR6. Had this redone in black a few years ago. Now it's going to go into this. So we're going to put the steering wheel in. We're also going to fit this SS Inductions intake snorkel, which is the most overpriced piece of plastic you can buy for an E-Series, but I've got this sitting around as a spare. This all actually came out of my AU XR6 that I actually had a few years ago. Sadly I wrote it off. Might chuck some videos in there of that, because I can't remember if I've even shown that car on the channel. Probably not. It was before that time anyway. It's a big boy, this one, like 500 times bigger. We are going to be changing the steering wheel, because it should not be able to do this, and it's the factory Fairmont steering wheel, which isn't that great. So first things first, I'm going to disconnect this battery terminal. Reason being, I do not want the airbag blowing up in my face when I pull the steering wheel off, so eliminates power to the airbag, which is exactly what we want. Now, steering wheel wise, there's two little tabs in behind the steering wheel that we will need to pop out. In behind there, two 10mm bolts, one on each side, and then grab your trusty 10mm, start loosening those bolts. Alright, so once the two 10mm bolts are out, pull this off and hope it doesn't blow up. I've got a little loom here that needs to be disconnected. Big bolt in the middle, it's a T50 I believe. What we'll do is disconnect this loom up here. That way we can pull the entire wheel off. This loom here will stay part of the clock spring assembly. Pull that all off. Once this is off, we'll take all these screws off, remove all the cruise control buttons, the horn buttons, swap that over to the new wheel, and then we'll chuck that lot in together. Alright, now we've got the T50 Torx on the breaker bar. Chuck that in there, hold the steering with one hand, loosen it with the other. A little bit hard to do when you're holding a camera, so I'm going to put this down and loosen it. So, once you've got that loosened off a few turns, I usually leave it about there. Just a couple of mil there where it's come loose. Reason being, We are now going to use all of our strength to pull this thing off the steering shaft. These are stupidly tight. There is 2 provisions for a steering wheel pull-up. You can get those bolt down pullers which locate into those threads, and then you've got your jacking screw that pushes down off the center and pops it off the spline. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use brute force, pull it back towards me, and that's why we've left that bolt in place, just in case it comes flying off in a hurry. I don't want to be wearing the steering wheel on my face. I'd rather hit the back of the head of the bolt, and that will save me some grief. Alright, so that wasn't too bad at all. Take that bolt out now. Voila! Just put up all the wiring, connected all the looms up and everything. Buttons are all mounted, horn buttons are mounted now as well. Just put that bolt in the middle. It says on here to torque it up to 31 to 45 Newton meters. We're going to torque it up with this. Put your knees in there to lock it in place. Yep, that's torqued to spec. Good to go. Right, so we'll just connect this airbag. Hopefully it doesn't go bug-a-boom. So just connect that airbag back up, pop that back into the centerpiece. This is quite nice. Chuck these 2 retaining bolts back in for the airbag, which are just down on the sides there. So the airbag's all mounted now. Just pop these clips back in. They just push back into the hole. Should fill a gap like that. Hopefully that's sitting right because I can't see it. And that is one AU Momo steering wheel mounted in the EF Fairmont 5 litre. Then last of all, you want to reconnect this battery terminal, and hopefully the airbag hasn't exploded. Yep, So those are the first few mods that we've done for my sister's EF Fairmont 5 litre. So we've fitted up the AU Momo steering wheel. Looks pretty good. It's a lot nicer to drive with that compared to the old wheel. We've also fitted up the SS Inductions intake snorkel as well. That was a bit of a pain in the ass to fit up. There's a lot more room on the 6s. There's definitely a hell of a lot more room on the AUs. On the E Series 5 litres, it's a little bit tight, so a few mods were needed, but nothing too major. So it's all fitted up now. It is a bit of a tight squeeze, but I've made sure that there's clearance everywhere, so should be safe there. A lot of people are going to be watching this thinking, you're wasting your time doing that intake snorkel. I know that, I know. It's probably the most least restricted part of the intake right now on a factory 5 litre. I do have a spare Explorer intake that I will probably put on this off an AU, but for now I just wanted to get rid of the old intake snorkel because they piss me off with how small they are. And I had the SS Inductions one sitting in the garage collecting dust, so it's one less thing in the garage taking up space. Yeah, so next on the cards for this car, probably going to be doing the exhaust. At the moment it runs aftermarket 4-inch-1 headers. They're actually a really nice set of headers, so we're not going to change those. It's got decat pipes as well, so there's no cats on this exhaust system, and then it runs a single 2.5-inch system all the way through to the back with one muffler. We're looking at probably upgrading that to a single 3-inch, and then we'll change the muffler out at the same time. Hopefully free up a little bit more flow in the mid to upper revs, and hopefully give it a bit more of a deeper tone. So yeah, pretty excited for that. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Until next time, ciao ciao.